Y'all don't know this, but my favorite anime of all time is Demon Slayer. Attack on Titan being the second with a very close margin. Demon Slayer supremacy in the house. But if you're an artist, you would know the itch of drawing stuff that you like. And I have suppressed that itch for the longest time now, but not anymore. It's high time I draw my favorite anime's characters in my style. But I only have one working hand and a shite ton of procrastination issues, and I can only manage to draw three at a time because I am slow as a snail. So how do we decide on which characters to draw? I'm not gonna go with Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Nezuko, the usual. Rather, I'm gonna use a random spin wheeler to select. We're gonna put a lot of the good characters here and pick three to draw for now. And I'm gonna do the demon ones later separately. And I'm not cheating, by the way. I don't know how to prove my legitimacy, but you just have to take my word for it. I won't cheat though, I promise. Here we go. First round. Tanjiro, let's go. Second round, do we get Inosuke? No. Mitsuri, lovely. Third round, the final one. Obanai? I swear I did not cheat. You can literally see the timestamp here. I'm speechless. They are genuinely soulmates, is my theory. They are together forever. So I honestly started this drawing a long time ago. I started with full enthusiasm and enthusiasm, full of passion, but right after that I fell sick. The recovery took so long. By the time I was able to draw again, I lost all my motivation. I really wanted to draw, but I just couldn't, so I just got distracted again. But then almost a month passed by and I had to force myself to draw. Finally. Not gonna lie, it wasn't the most creative one because I just took a reference and with a little bit of changes here and there, I just ran with it. Honestly, at that point, my goal was to just break out of my art block. Yet, I took my sweet time to give it my own flair, and it actually turned out to be my favorite drawing in a very long time. One thing about me, I love filling in the flat colors. Even if it takes all the time in the world, I would still not give up on manually filling in the colors with each stroke. Look at me. Look at that color fill. Wow. Honestly, I drew this so long ago that I barely remember what was going through my mind back then. And that's why I don't have much to explain during this process because it was so long ago. I don't remember anything, even though it was like it took me the longest. I was working on it constantly over a month, like filling in a little bit of gap for a day and then just quitting. I was going through that severe art block. So like it took me over a month, but I don't really remember anything. So this is how the process went pretty much. Anyway, I'm just happy it turned out the way it did. I kind of really like it. Next up, Iguro Obanai. Oh my god, what do I say? Look at where it started. Look at the vision, the ambition, and the final result. Y'all are not ready for it. I had a basic pose reference for him, and that is pretty much all. I had to draw a human body for him, drape it with clothing to make it look like him, and figure out the light situation. Things that I didn't really do before this. I mostly used to study references as they are, so here I'm putting myself out of my comfort zone for sure. First, I looked at the stick figure of a pose that I had and turned it into a chat. Now I had to turn this Chad into a hottie, just like overnight. I initially could not get a hold of my ambition and planned to give him a full body pose, which is aura farming to the top with a complete Japanese traditional backyard at the back. I must say, I got a little bit too ahead of myself. I quickly realized I am physically incapable of drawing pretty looking backgrounds, and it definitely has a lot of room for improvement. But for now, we're gonna pass on that, even though I will definitely keep on working hard to make amazing backgrounds. Because a lot of the time, backgrounds can easily elevate our drawings to another level. Obanai is such a recognizable character, as in his silhouette stands out as well as his color theme. With his unique hair texture, Kobaramaru, Kabura, Kabura Maru, the snake wrapped around his neck, flowy big sleeves. I wanted to capture all of it. I even forgot he has heterochromia until I had to color his eyes. And also, some of your new fans might not know this, but Obanai's heterochromia is not just for the aesthetics. He is actually partially blind from his right eye, the yellow one. So Kabura Maru becomes his vision in battles, becoming one with his movements. How cool is that? By the way, if you're wondering why or how his right arm is floating in the air, I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm doing my best here. It wasn't really intentional. I did not notice it until it was too late and I couldn't afford to draw him all over again. Even though I had a vision for the lighting situation from the beginning, I couldn't figure out how to do the hair though. It gave me such a hard time. You can see me struggle a lot with the hair. And in the end, I wasn't even 100% happy with how it turned out though. I mean, it's definitely not bad. If you just squint your eyes little too hard, it might look decent. No? Okay, on a serious note, someone who saw it for the first time, it might look okay. It's not bad, but I'm just not happy with it as much. But it does look cool though, from a distance. Okay, this one's gonna be a long ramble. So, last but not least, we are here with Kanroji Mitsuri. Character design wise, Mitsuri is one of the most iconic and recognizable characters ever. I think. I'm no expert, so what do I know? Mitsuri was not like the other two. Mitsuri was different. Mitsuri got me more motivated than ever. As you can see, I sketched out 7 different poses for Mitsuri, and this is the last one I chose. Because Mitsuri is so athletic and flexible, I decided to go with a pose that catches her essence, that looks dynamic, flowy. For Tanjiro, I chose a fighting pose, and I put Obanai in a calm and cold and confident position like the king he is. But for Mitsuri, I chose a pose that wasn't really calm nor was in attack mode. She was in the middle of a dynamic spin, ready for her next move. And this time I was absolutely committed. I was not gonna back down from a full body pose, and I also had to add a background, even if it's just an open sky. So while we go through Mitsuri's speed paint, let me tell you how I got into Demon Slayer in the first place. I wasn't really an anime lover back then. I mean, I was obsessed with cartoons in my childhood, but not really after that. Another thing about me, when I get interested in something, I get latched onto it. For example, I was a Messi fan at a point and got into football for a really long time, which led me into other sports even, like cricket or tennis. After that, I got into BTS, and it led me into the crazy world of K-pop and the other music industries. Now it got a bit too crazy for my liking, so I decided to maintain a healthy distance. Just like that, a few years back, an amazing super genius artist by the name of Kellogg's Loops, I am gonna butcher his real name, so I'm not going to try to pronounce it. He drew a watercolor piece of Tanjiro and Nezuko on his YouTube channel. And he mentioned that these two were siblings. By then, I only saw them on other artist feeds and everyone was drawing them, but I had no idea who they were or what show it was, nothing. But the minute he mentioned they were brother sister duo and not lovers like everything else, it immediately got my attention. First, a sibling duo was definitely something new and fresh for me. Second, why was everyone drooling over it? Then I saw it, and there was no going back. Never in a million years I have ever imagined that an anime could hook me up emotionally so strong. Long story short, since then I have seen this entire anime over 4 times, and only the first season alone was consumed by me at least 6 times. I don't know, I have lost count. And also, me and my other two siblings, we watched the Infinity Castle in the cinemas. So that was amazing. And oh, my favorite character has to be Lord Inosuke, hands down. But I'm not bummed by this lineup though. I love everything about Demon Slayer and I will keep drawing them in the future. Hopefully, I get better by then. I also plan to draw the demons separately in another video. And finally, Mitsuri is almost done, but now that I see her, I think I washed out her face a bit too much with the bloom effect. But it's okay. You see, I have this issue with my art that everything else might work out or not or whatever. For some reason, my brain stops working when it's time to put down the shadows. Literally, I kid you not, whenever I'm about to put in the shadows, I feel like I have a brain freeze or something because I struggle with it the most. But then they work out somehow, eventually, after a lot of back and forth. So, yeah. However, this is Mitsuri in my style. So, this is the part 1 of Demon Slayer characters in my style: Tanjiro, Obanai, and Mitsuri. Even though I didn't like any of them at first, I think that was because I was staring at them a little too much for a long time. But now, the more I look back at them, the more I feel like they are kind of growing on me. I think they turn out pretty good, no? My favorite, okay, I shouldn't pick favorites among my children, but I think Tanjiro one is kind of growing on me a bit too much. Let me know what you think about these